So let's solve this numerical in physics in one dimension motion. It is very good numerical and I have selected list of all the best numericals, and see why I am uploading single numericals, so that you can practice single numerical with full focus. So this is my next numerical. This is lecture 21. So see here, from the top of the tower 100 meter. Okay, it means height of the tower is 100 meter and you have to focus on the top. 100 meter in height. Okay, a ball is dropped, means the ball is dropped. Focus here, it is dropped. When you are dropping the ball, that time you will consider initial velocity 0, but another case can be throw. But when you are throwing the ball, that time your initial velocity will not be 0. Okay, so this question is based on dropped. Okay, so from the top of the tower 100 meter in height, a ball is dropped, and at the same time another ball is projected. See here, projected means we are throwing vertically upward. It is written here, projected vertically upward. So another sentence they can use, thrown vertically upward. Okay, because see, suppose this is your ground, and simply if you will keep the ball here, then ball will not go in upward direction, right? You have to throw the ball, then only ball will go in upward direction. But if you will leave the ball at any height, then automatically this ball will start falling in downward direction. I hope it's totally clear. So that is the meaning, when the ball is at the bottom, then you have to throw the ball, then only the ball will go upward direction, vertically upward. So two cases are there. So we are throwing the ball from a height. So suppose this total height, sorry, I will correct this. So suppose this total height is 100 meter. This is given, and then they are saying from the ground. Okay, means from the ground we are throwing with a velocity of 25 meter per second. Of course, when you are throwing the ball, you should have a velocity. So how much velocity? 25 meter per second velocity, and the total distance is 100 meter. But they are saying find when and where the two balls will meet. Okay, now see, idea is very clear and very simple. From here you are throwing the ball, so here your initial speed will be u. So imagine exactly when you are throwing this ball, that time was 0. Okay, for our incident time was 0. For this phenomena, for this question, time was 0 in the beginning. Same way here also time will be 0 in the beginning. Okay, now see, this guy also started falling in this direction. In same way, this guy also started going in this direction, right? Now there will be one place where they both will meet. So imagine, we are not sure where will they meet and when will they meet. So for that point we are considering any reference line. So suppose I am considering that at this location they will meet. So now I'm considering this guy will fall for x distance, correct? So this guy will reach how much distance? This guy will reach 100 minus x distance. Why? Because total height is 100 meter. So if this is falling by x meter, then of course this guy will raise for 100 minus x, correct? So now for this upward, for this journey in which ball is falling, I will make separate equation, and for this journey in which ball is going upward, I will make separate equation, and then both the equations I will solve. And when I will solve both the equations, then easily I'll be getting two different equations, and that's all, job over, two different variables. So now consider the downward journey. Okay, so in case of downward journey, you see here, downward journey we are making for this ball. What are the data available for this ball? So first thing, your initial speed is 0, and always remember this is motion under gravity, so your g value will be there. So I am considering g value as 9.8 meter per second square. See guys, you are in either you are watching this video, you are in 9th class or you are in 11th class, right? Remember, 9th class syllabus in detail you study in 11th class, and 10th class syllabus you study in detail in 12th class, and of course extra topics will be added in your senior classes. So u is equal to 0, g value is given. Now next part, what else data you know? You know that when this ball will reach here and when this ball will reach here, they will meet in same time, because you will also fall down for t second, then this guy will also go up for t second. Time will be common for both. Why time will be common for both? Understand very easy logic. This logic is very important to understand. Many students, they don't understand why time will be same. Suppose right now I am sitting in Chennai. Okay, so suppose I started my journey from Chennai and you are sitting somewhere. So imagine, just an example, Banaras or Kashi. So suppose you are sitting in Kashi, and we decided to meet, that we are going to meet at some place. So we decided, okay, let's meet in Goa. Okay, suppose this is Goa. So you see, uh, we were on phone call. When I started my journey, I called you that you should also start your journey. So me and you both started. Suppose I started right now in my iPad. I can see the time is 6:36 a.m. in the morning. I'm making this video. So you also started 6:36 a.m. in the morning. So 6:36 a.m. I started, 6:36 a.m. you started. So actually we are starting on same time, correct? Like here we are throwing the ball same time, downward also and upward also, ball journey starting in same time. So now when we are meeting in Goa, so suppose within 3 hours we are meeting in Goa. So suppose 9 a.m. morning we are going to meet. It means what? I also covered same time, and you have also traveled same time. But what is different here? My distance can be different and your distance can be different, but time parameter is going to be same. That's why for this dropping ball, you try to understand distance is x, and ball which is going high, for this distance is 100 minus x, but time traveled will be same for both. It is very important to understand. Okay, now in case of downward falling ball, this u data and this g data, these two data you have to understand by yourself, that one data and two data. After that, for how much distance you are falling, that is x, and how much time you are consuming, that is t. Now you apply this equation, s is equal to ut plus half at square. Now in this equation, this distance, now sometimes some people, some teachers or some students can write this equation as h is equal to ut plus half gt square. Does not matter, variables are totally okay. You have to focus on your concept. Once the concept is okay, everything is okay. Now next, how much height the ball is falling, that is x. Now how much initial velocity, so that is 0. So this term will become 0, so no need to write this term. Now half will be as it is half, g value 9.8. now this t square you can clearly see. Okay, in this t square, right now do we know value of time? No, we don't know the value of time, so put it as t square. Now this is the case 1. Okay, I mean case of the ball falling down. Now you have another ball raising up. So when this ball is going up, that part you have to understand. So when whenever we throw anything upward, the first thing you should keep in mind, without velocity, without initial velocity, you can't throw something. So in this case, your u is given as 25 meter per second, and whenever you are throwing something upward, then it will reduce its speed. Okay, so gravity is like going to pull you downward, so that's why your speed will decrease. So that will be minus 9.8 meter per second square. And of course I have explained 100 minus x will be your height, and time will be t, time will be same. So let's apply the equation, s is equal to ut plus half at square. Now again I am saying some people can write this as h is equal to ut plus half gt square. Does not matter. Now this h value is going to be 100 minus x is equal to, this part should not make 0, because now we have the u value, so you should not do mistake. U value you put here, so this is 25t plus, now half as it is, and g value 9.8, and t square, this t square we don't know, right as it is. So now you see, this is your second equation. But the point is, in the first equation also you have x and t, in the second equation also you have x and t here and t here. So how to solve this equation? Many students, they will think till here, but after that they may not think what to do now. Idea is very simple, guys. You do one thing, whatever equation is written here, this total equation we can copy. How can we copy the equation? In my tablet, you just make it duplicate and bring it down. You can clearly see here. But in your notebook you just write down one more thing, and what to do, this entire value is actually equal to x, so this entire value you can put here because here we have x. So this equation will look like 100 minus the entire value, that is nothing but 9.8 t square by 2. 9.8 t square by 2 is this is equal to 25t plus 9.8 divided by 2 and t square. You can clearly see this term and this term is totally same, but here you have negative sign. So what is the next part? You can take this that side. Okay, are we doing any mistake here? We have done a big mistake here. We have taken 9.8, but we should take minus 9.8. Are you understanding what I'm saying? You should take minus 9.8 because it is going upward. So that was the silly mistake, but I found out because I thought why this term is not being cancelled. So here it should be minus sign, here it should be minus sign. Okay, this should be minus sign. That's all done. So this term and this term, you can clearly see it is same, so you can cancel this. Now because we have cancelled the term, so I got 100 and here I got 25t. So 100 is equal to 25t. So t I got as 100 by 25, which is 4 second. Okay, this t is clear. Other than that, any other thing we have to find out? Yes, we have to find out x value. So your first equation is a smaller equation. So from here, because see, you can choose second equation also, but in second equation you have t here and t here. So why to make our thing lengthy? So just x value you put as 9.8 t square by 2 and you can find out your x. So x is equal to 9.8 t square by 2 and this t square is nothing but 4, so it will be 16. So 9.8 into 16 by 2, so this you can cancel, 4 will come, so 9.8 into 4. Now when you will solve this, you will be getting here are we going to do any mistake? Let me check, because it is t square by 2. So t square by 2 means total is total how much we are going to get? Total we are going to get 9.8 into 4. Just a moment, I'll just multiply. Okay, you multiply and you write down the answer. Anyway, one thing is very clear. Where are they going to meet? That we have got in terms of x. Now two answers are possible here where students will do mistake. See, one answer is from the top when ball is falling. Okay, anyone multiply here and give the answer, and understand this. One thing is when the ball is falling downward, then they are meeting suppose at this location. So this guy is also falling here and this guy is reaching here. So point is total distance was 100 meter, but when they are meeting, so I can give this answer in two ways. One answer I can say that from the top they are meeting at x distance, or I can say from the bottom they are meeting as 100 minus x distance. Okay, so in your exam, in your IIT exam or in your NEET exam, both options they can, you have to think properly. Okay, you have to think, otherwise you may do mistake. You have got x value, so if you are replying x value, so you can see x value I have considered in my equation from the top. Okay, but they may give answer 100 minus x also, so that time you should not do mistake. Okay, two options can be possible for this answer. Okay, so it will be written in the option that from the top at this much distance, or they can say from the bottom at this much height. Okay, so these two types of answers they can give. Okay, you have to choose which option they have written correctly. Okay, I hope it's totally clear. Now we'll go to the next question.